Hello, I'm just setting up right now. I forgot what I was using to capture the game. If it was game capture or if it was desktop capture. Probably desktop. It should be this. Let me check. Yes, it looks like it was this. Game freezes a little bit every now and then. Hey, what was I doing? I got this thing. I got this letter. Projector, name. First, you will need a map. To obtain it, know that my travels have taken me all over this great country, to towns which can be difficult to find. To Calico, Silverado, and Central City. To Dodge City, Virginia City, and Tombstone. To locate the mine on the map, you'll need my projector. When it comes to placing the stones, you'll need to ask someone who holds a warm place in my heart. I have stored his name accordingly. But to retrieve his name, you'll have to give the dolls an order. This will require looking inside Camille's dancing shoes for the name of the maker, and wearing the shoes as you perform her favorite step on the dance floor. As for my beloved Camille, she has 4 words for you. Words which, when translated into numbers and used in combination, will help power my projector. But alas, she's taken them with her to her grave. So go to Copper Gorge, Colorado, and pay your respects, and let some forgoodness rub off on you. Got my little notebook out. I promised Camille that this train would always be her home. In return, she promised to never leave, and indeed she never has. People say I'm crazy, but I've seen her and heard her and feel her presence on the train even today, 20 years after her untimely death. So above all else, my dear niece, let nothing happen to my train. It holds wonderful things. Kindest regards, Jake Hurley. I know that we've never met, but now that your father, my estranged brother, is gone, you are my only living relative. I am writing to you to tell you about my mind before I too depart this earth, and its location is lost forever. I cannot tell you outright where it is, lest this epistle fall into the wrong hands. With the information which follows, and with my train, which shall be yours upon my death, I promise that you'll be able to find it. Somewhere in Colorado. The cars at the front of the train seem to have pipes running through them. They probably have something to do with that valve I found in the front of the dining car. It'll be interesting to see what happens if and when I connect all the pipes I find. The contraption that's in the car in front of the caboose must be the projector Jake mentioned in his letter to Ruth. But to get it to work, it looks like I'm going to need everything from mining equipment to gemstones. According to the letter Jake wrote to his niece, Ruth, everything we need to find Jake's mine is right here on his train, or with Camille in her grave. The letter contains a whole bunch of obtuse clues. Finding Lori first really paid off. I was able to get that cigar box open using a sequence of colors I found in a drawer. In the process, the color wheel I used to enter the sequence popped out, so I kept it. Who knows? Maybe it and other color sequences will prove to be the key to opening the other things that Jake locked. Find all the gemstones. I haven't found them all yet. I've only found, I think 1 so far. And there's another one inside a small statue of a cat that I need to get to. Figure out what to do with that dance step pattern that I found in Jake's old cigar box. Solve the puzzle with all the letters that's in the caboose. Use that weird tool to open the grate.
I'm done with
I did that. I need some more slugs. Figure out how you're supposed to move that painting of the eagle that's in the dining car. See if and how those symbols on the stove are related to those symbols on the sampler in Camille's car.
Can't check that off yet.
Figure out why a square and a duck are on the stove and if they have anything to do with opening it.
Still have to do that.
To open the lock in the sleeping car, I need to dial in 4 numbers. Figure out which 4 numbers.
Haven't done that yet.
Go to the piano in Camille's car and see what happens when I play the tune that's on that sheet music I found. Odds are, it's the tune you hear when you play the steeplechase game. Oh yeah, I'm in this room.
What's up?
I won't keep you any longer.
Come back anytime.
Maybe this is where I find the party boys again? No. Do I have this written down yet? Received of Jake Hurley. Call this one Eliza Sandberger. Yeah, I have it written down. For some reason, duck isn't what I have written down. Maybe I'm not supposed to go backwards. Maybe that's the problem. What was square again? 4? Yeah, square was 4. Duck, though. Duck. I don't know.
That must be the projector Jake mentioned in his letter to Ruth.
What, the thing on the right? Woo!
Whoa! Somebody must have thrown the emergency brake.
Who did that?
The question is, did somebody throw the brake or something?
Oh, Joe, now you sound like Lori.
Hey, I was the first one on the scene and I saw no one.
Who was the next person on the scene?
John Gray. Then Balducci came bursting through one door while Frank and the engineer came through the other. Boy, was that guy ticked. He said the train could have derailed. He reset the brake, muttered a few choice words, then headed back to the engine just as you and Lori showed up.
Everybody was there except Charlena. I don't think she left her laptop the whole time.
There's no way Lori could have thrown the brake, unless she had someone else do it.
The question is, why? What did she or anybody else stand to gain by stopping the train?
Answer? Nothing. Which is why I think we should at least consider the possibility that something less human in nature may be at work here.
Ah, Joe.
I'm going to see if Balducci's done dusting for fingerprints. Catch you later.
Balducci. I was originally going to find Frank and Joe Hardy anyway, so.
More questions?
Would you like to see the letter that Lori gave me as a reward for finding her?
The one in which Jake Hurley supposedly tells his niece how to find his lost mine? No, thank you. I happily leave it to you to try to solve the mystery of his disappearance. You can afford to look foolish, dear. I can't.
Do you have a theory as to who pulled the emergency brake?
Well, I know it wasn't me. I assume it wasn't you, and I highly doubt it was Lori. So that leaves those two friends of yours, Mr. Gray and Mr. Balducci.
I feel like it's Tony Balducci. He might be the villain in this story.
What do you think their motive was?
I don't know about your friends, but perhaps those other two simply thought it would be fun. Boys will be boys.
Were you able to find the name of Jake's train engineer?
I came across 3 references to the fact that Jake had an engineer, but I'm afraid none of them included his name. I failed. Sorry.
Aren't you even going to try finding out what happened to Jake Hurley?
No time. The only reason I haven't insisted that Lori release me from all this silliness is there's always the possibility that what happened to him has the makings of a bestseller. Although I highly doubt it.
Why are you so sure that Jake's story wouldn't make a bestseller?
His story is an all too common one. A man wanders off into the desert in search of gold and never returns. Why? He either doesn't have enough food or water, or he encounters hostile natives.
But why was his train found out in the middle of nowhere with just the dead engineer on board?
That does make the story a little more interesting. My guess is the engineer got tired of waiting for Jake to return, took off in the train to get help, and died of a heart attack along the way, after which the train rolled to a stop in Blue Moon Canyon. Anyone experienced enough to single-handedly run a steam engine would have been quite a bit older than Jake.
What do you think happened to Camille?
She probably died of something mundane like pneumonia or even measles. Now, if it was wintertime when she died, and they were in the mountains, Jake no doubt kept her body on the train for months before he buried her, which is rather delicious in a morbid sort of way.
Well, I'll let you go.
Remember, if it's juicy, I want to know about it.
Hey.
Engineer,
Hi, I'm Nancy Drew. I talked to you before, very briefly.
you're not the one who pulled the emergency brake, are ya?
No.
Good. Because if you were, I'd have to come back there and throttle you. Old as this train is, it's a wonder it stayed on the tracks.
So you have no idea who threw the brake?
Like I just said, if I did, I'd be back there tanning their hide. Now, if you don't mind, I gotta get back to work. Engineer, this better be Miss Gerard.
Well, actually...
Forget it.
Oh, okay, he does not want to talk at all. I see. Square and duck. What if I call Bess?
Hello?
Hi, Bess.
Hey, what's going on?
Lori gave me a letter that Jake Hurley wrote to his niece, telling her how to find his gold mine.
If Lori knows where the mine is, why doesn't she just make a beeline for it?
Because apparently Jake was too paranoid to tell his niece outright where it was. So he filled the letter with all these weird, obscure clues. I don't think Lori could make heads or tails of them. I know I barely can.
Sounds like when he lost his wife, Jake may have lost a few marbles as well.
Someone threw the emergency brake and almost derailed the train.
Someone tried to sabotage the train?
According to Joe, someone or something.
You mean like a ghost? Joe believes in ghosts? How about that? You two have something in common. You mean something else in common. We're both, in our own ways, very cute. Right.
How about a hint?
You bet.
There's a panel in the sleeping car that I'd like to open, but it's got a 4-digit tumbler lock on it. How can I get it open?
Maybe those 4 digits on the lock have something to do with the 4 words that Jake said Camille had taken with her to her grave. But even after you figure out what they are, you're still going to have to translate them into numbers somehow. That sampler hanging in Camille's car translates images into numbers. So maybe what you need to find is something that translates words into images. Know what I'd do if I were you? I'd go to Camille's car and sample some reading material.
Excellent. You guys are great.
We know.
See ya.
Okay. So I need to go to Camille's car. Call them again. Get some more help.
Hello?
Hi, Bess.
Hey, what's going on?
How about a hint?
You bet.
How do I move that painting of the eagle that's in the dining car? It doesn't seem to want to budge.
There's something in Jake's car that can handle such weighty matters. But to use it, you need to take a good look at that painting and a good look at what's hanging in Camille's car, and then match a picture to a number. And even then, you're going to need a way of arriving at that number, which means you're going to have to start picking up slugs. Ew. The metal kind of slug, Bess, not the slimy kind.
Okay, thanks a bunch.
You're welcome a bunch.
Goodbye.
Okay. Oh, dancing shows. Sadie Crawford. Nothing in there. I don't see anything on the floor. A Tale of Two Dolls. Ill-tempered Edna cannot get her way. She couldn't get Alice to come out and play. I can't, I'm too tired, is what Alice said. I just want to go straight back to bed. Edna angrily tried to make herself heard, but all that came out was one two-part word. Why, I'm not your mother, yawning Alice replied. Till Edna the Terrible finally gave up and cried. What does this have to do with anything? Camera. Sure, I'll keep it. Can send pictures to Bess.
Please don't.
I need him to leave. Awful Ursula. Okay, I wrote this one down already. Thomasina O'Neill.
It's locked.
Do I have like a key or something? No. Thirsty Nose. Top view. I wrote that one down already, too. About that. Did I pick it up? Okay, now I have it. Okay, I need, this is Hager Anderson. And Chantilly Hildegard. Is there anything else?
What's going on?
Did you find any fingerprints on the emergency brake handle?
None that were any help, thanks to Casey Jones up there. I told the old geezer not to touch anything, but he went and got his big, fat, oily paw prints all over the place. If we didn't need him to drive the train, I'd charge him with obstruction of justice.
Did you do anything else besides look for fingerprints?
Of course. As a matter of fact, I found this. Probably fell out of the perp's pocket while he was yanking on the handle.
Looks like some kind of thermometer.
Yeah, like the kind a certain ghost hunter uses on that bogus show of his.
You think John Gray threw the brake? But why would he do that?
Because they're thinking about axing his show, that's why. I checked with this buddy of mine in L.A. Gray's got to come up with something real big real soon, or he's toast. And you can't get much bigger than a train with a spooky past that's prone to strange accidents, now can you?
Have you confronted John with your suspicions?
All in due time. I always like to get my ducks in a row before I make an arrest.
But couldn't someone else have dropped that thermometer?
Please. Who's the top cop here, huh? Who's the world-famous detective? You? I know what I'm doing, sweetheart. John Gray wanted publicity. That's exactly what I'm gonna give him.
It's been great talking to you.
Anything for a fellow detective.
Arson's carbide.
Carbide. Just what I need to make that lamp I found work.
And around. I gotta wait. I gotta get him out of this room so I can take that that big jewel. What is the significance of this? Why am I looking at it? Why can't I look at it? I never know which way I'm supposed to be going.
Jake said a pickaxe goes here. Those look like steam pipes.
Maybe there's a slug in here that I didn't see. Nothing there either. Naughty Tina.
If I had a lamp, this is where I'd put it. Jake said a spyglass goes here.
If I had a lamp, that's where I'd put it.
According to that diagram I found, those 6 gemstones are supposed to go in these 6 holders, but I have no idea which one goes where.
There's a starfish. Another starfish. These are all starfish. Sea stars. I guess this is where the map goes. Wait, didn't I already do this? Oh, this is a different puzzle. One, two, three, what? 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, does that reset every time I leave? It might reset.
Darn, the name of the shoes is so faded I can't tell what it is. Maybe Bess and George can help me figure out who made them.
Maybe. Left pickaxe and lamp with wheel for safekeeping. To open what's closed, lead is the key. Hurley's whirly burly. Start. 2, 3. Do I need to, like, write this down? It's a little complicated. It is 5 by 5. Okay, I'm drawing it. Start. At the center. It goes all the way up there. 2. And that one. One, 2, then 3. Four. 6. No, that's 5. 5, and then 6 is down. 1, 2. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Okay, I drew it all. Where's 3? I drew it all. Where's the 3? Oh, I forgot to mark 3. Oh, damn. It reset. Four. Okay, now I need 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10.
Guess Camille liked to collect dolls.
They're ugly dolls. Oh, I got another gemstone. Okay, I've gotten 3 so far.
I wonder if this has something to do with that list of cities Jake mentioned in his letter to Ruth.
This. Calico, Silverado, Central City, Dodge City, Virginia City, and Tombstone. You'll need a map. Okay, to get the map... What do I do with these? Oh, weird. Okay, so I can't do diagonal. It has to be either vertical or horizontal. Let me write down the cities. Calico, Silverado. Central City. Dodge City. Virginia City. Tombstone. Oh, and they can also be this. Is it as simple as just finding which way to is it as simple as just plugging in each city name into whichever row has all the letters in it? Yes, it is. Okay. Okay, I just did Calico. Okay, Silverado. Central City. Dodge City. Dodge City. Virginia next. Oh, I messed that one up. Virginia. Virginia City. The last one is Tombstone.
Guess I'm done. Strange. All that's left is a jumble of letters.
Yeah, it is strange. All it did was play a song for me. Okay, let me write down this jumble of letters. N, V, R, Z, T, E, A, A. How do I know which doll is which? This, okay. That one's the only one that makes sound, I guess. No slug here?
Yes? I hear that Tino and you used to be an item.
How did you know that?
I'm a good detective, remember?
We went out a couple of times, yeah. As for why we stopped going out, you'd have to ask him.
Do you have any idea who threw the emergency brake?
I know exactly who did it.
How do you know?
Well, who else could it be? Camille. None of us has any reason to stop the train but Camille. She doesn't want us to find Jake's mine, so she's going to do whatever she can to keep its location a secret.
Did you see something?
Well, no. But I'll tell you what. Your friend, that Jim Harley guy?
Not Jim, Joe Hardy.
Yeah, well, he thinks it's Camille too. He just doesn't have the guts to say so.
We'll talk some more later.
I'll be waiting.
I need to call Bess and George about this.
I'm done with that. I'm done with that. Still have to do that.
Okay, let's call, Bess.
Hello?
Hi, Bess.
Hey, what's going on?
The name of the company that made Jake's wife's dancing shoes is too faded to read. But to find Jake's mine, I need to know what it is.
Hey, I know what you can do. Take a picture of them with your cell phone, then send it to us, and we'll check them out for you.
But I thought you guys had to paint Bess's room.
Boring. Besides, we're going to have to take a break soon because we're almost out of paint. Probably because Bess has gotten more on me than she has on the walls. Anyway, send us a picture of the shoes via cell phone and we'll get right on it.
Ah, you guys are the greatest.
I know. Need anything else?
I discovered this cabinet full of old dolls in the caboose.
Old dolls make my skin crawl. Whose were they?
They belong to Jake's wife, Camille. Jake mentioned them in his letter to his niece.
They could have been Jake's, you know. I mean, they never had a child of their own, right? So maybe after Camille died, he went a little bonkers. Oh, Bess. Hey, I'm just trying to think outside the box here, okay? Something it wouldn't hurt you to do from time to time, little Miss No Imagination. You know, maybe I'll just put this paintbrush down, walk out that door, and let you do this all by yourself. No! You've got to keep painting. If I don't get this done by tomorrow, I'll be grounded for a month. I was just kidding about your imagination. It's wonderful. You're wonderful. Very, very wonderful. That's more like it.
It appears that John Gray is our brake-pulling saboteur.
John Gray? Are you sure?
Balducci is sure. He found a digital thermometer like John uses on his TV show at the scene of the crime. He theorizes that it fell out of the saboteur's pocket as he was yanking on the brake handle.
Looks like Balducci is a decent detective after all.
How about a hint?
You bet.
I found a piece of sheet music, but the question now is, what am I
Play it.
supposed to do with it?
I'd set it on the piano, play the tune that's written on it, and see what happens. But since I can't read music... Told you not to quit piano lessons. Yes, Bess. Anyway, if I were you, I'd take a good look around Camille's car. Maybe she had a book or something that tells how to read music. Or wind up that steeplechase game again, listen real hard to the tune you hear, then try to play it on the piano. Good idea. With any luck, the tune that plays during the game is the same one as the one on the sheet music.
All right, thanks for the tip.
No biggie. Take care.
You too, bye.
Okay, now I gotta send him a photo of the shoes. Picture has been sent.
Looks like I need to enter 8 letters into this thing. The question is, which 8 letters?
I got it. N, B, R, C, P, B, A. Going so fast.
Jake's mind must be somewhere on this map, but where?
I have no clue. What I do know is that I can now,
I'm done with that.
I was able to check it off, so that means that it's actually complete.
I'm done with that. I'm done with that.
Okay, now I need a spyglass, a lamp, and a pickaxe.
Those look like steam pipes.
Yes, they do.
What's going on?
How come you told me you and Lori never went out, and she told me you did?
Don't you ever stop asking questions?
I'm a detective. You know how it is.
I dumped her, okay? I'm not proud of what I did. I'm not happy about what I did, but it's done. It's over. Now let's drop it.
Guess I'll just have to go talk to Lori again.
You are incredibly irritating, you know that? I dumped her because people said going out with her would make me look bad. Said she was a joke, that no one took her seriously. Said if I started hanging with her, no one would take me seriously. So I stopped calling.
But you didn't stop caring.
No. Now take a powder. I don't feel like talking anymore.
Oh, that made him sad. Poor dude. I don't know what that says. Maybe, okay, that's definitely an S. Sickly, maybe? Sickly Sarah caught a gem so new it made her, one of her pretty green eyes turn blue.
What's up?
So are you making any progress in here?
Oh yeah, not only am I getting some real unusual EMRs, that's electromagnetic readings, but take a look at this.
You've got something?
I set up a camera and took some time-lapse photos. Sometimes I was in the room, sometimes I wasn't, but somewhere along the line, I managed to get a shot of Camille.
Where? You don't mean that little blob, do you?
Yep, that's Camille.
Okay.
You're skeptical. That's cool. Just remember, the key word when it comes to ghostly phenomena is energy. That blob is the result of Camille's residual life force, spirit if you will, reacting with the chemicals in the photographic paper.
Couldn't it just be a flaw in the photographic paper?
Okay, it could be that too, but it's not. Trust me.
Are you by any chance missing a small digital thermometer?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I am. When I went through the box I'd packed them in, that one over there, I came up one short. I was hoping to set up at least 6 in here so I could check for cold spots. How did you know I was missing one?
Because Tino Balducci found it by the emergency brake handle when he was dusting it for fingerprints, and now he thinks you're the one who pulled it.
That's ridiculous. I didn't have any reason to pull the emergency brake.
Have you been in this room the whole time you've been on the train?
Of course not. I made a couple of trips to my compartment in the sleeping car to get more equipment. But did I get an overpowering urge to pull the emergency brake while I was there? No.
Any truth to the rumor that your show's about to be canceled?
Newsflash, my show was canceled. Happened last night. But what nobody knows yet is that it's been picked up by a major TV network. Not only am I still on the air, but I'm sitting prettier than ever. Any other questions?
Well, I'll catch you later.
Goodbye.
Come on, Bess, come in.
Hello?
Me again. Just checking to see whether you were able to find out the name of those dancing shoes yet.
Your wish is our command. But hang on to your hat. The name is a real mouthful. The shoes were made by Chaussette Chateauyan. Chaussette Chatoyantes. That's French for shimmering socks. Apparently, if you were into dancing in the 1870s, that was the company to get your shoes from.
Chaussette Chateauyan. Got it. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for letting us help.
Apparently, Tino and Lori went out a couple of times, but he broke it off.
Why'd he break it off?
Because everybody told him dating her would hurt his credibility.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool. It's cool that Balducci lets other people tell him who to date? No, that the 3 of us know something that like maybe 4 other people in the whole country knows. You scooped the tabloids, Nancy. Bess, calm down. You're slopping paint all over the phone. Oh no, it still works, doesn't it? Hello? Nancy? You still there? Hello?
Yes, Bess, I'm still here.
Oh, thank goodness. So what other yummy things have you found out?
How about a hint?
You bet.
When it comes to what I'm supposed to do with all those dolls, I'm absolutely without a clue.
Well, maybe if you knew the dolls' names, or the initials of their names, and maybe if you rearranged them so that their initials spelled another name, like a big, long French name, who knows what treasures you might discover.
Excellent. You guys are great.
We know.
Okay.
See ya.
So it needs to spell Chaussette Chateauyan. Okay, we got ESTEONEOSC. Huh? HACH. But I don't know which name belongs to which doll. We got Awful Ursula. Just the red, the doll with the red hair. You know what? I'll restart this. Go to a nice clean page. Right, Chaussette Chateauyan. Chateauyan. Okay, we got Awful Ursula. Chantilly Hildegard. Awful Ursula. We got Yawning Alice. This one has a blue ribbon. Thomasina O'Neill. I'm writing down blue ribbon. Hetty Eberhardt. How do I know which one this one is? That's T.E. Sadie Crawford? Yeah, Sadie Crawford. I need to find that one again. Sickly Sarah. That one has one blue eye, one green eye. No!
Oops.
Because the game froze.
Shoot. Shoot.
I don't know if there's something else in here. I forgot what was in here. That it? Okay, nothing happens, so... What is this? Need a big old key.
It's locked.
Ruth Kensington. Awful Ursula has red hair. believe that said anything about Hagar Anderson. Suspenders. And that one has braids. Chantilly Hildegard. Oh, I already wrote that one down. Braids. Chaussette has three S's in it. 1, 2, 3. E.T. Receipt. Camille called this one Eliza Sandberger. With decorative red ribbon. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. $16? $16? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got $9 so far. Okay, ill-tempered Edna. Edna the Terrible. Maybe it's E-T-T. Edna the Terrible. It could be Edna the Terrible, but there's nothing here about. Nothing here that's descriptive. Could be ill-tempered Edna. Nah, there's no I in here. Ad starts in 1 minute.
Is this Jake and his wife?
Yes. From what I've read, Camille loved to sing and dance, even in death, apparently. Jake reportedly told people that after she died, he would sometimes see strange glowing lights outside the windows at night, bobbing gracefully alongside the train as if dancing with it. He said he found the sight very comforting. I suspect normal people would have found it terrifying.
There's no doll in here.
More questions?
I'll let you get back to your writing.
My publisher thanks you.
Red.
This must be how Lori disappeared.
Oh. Oh, okay. Ad starts soon. Sadie Crawford has pink shoes.
Nancy, you missed it.
Missed what?
The argument of the century.
Joe, he's exaggerating.
Aw, come on, you heard them. They were ready to tear each other to shreds.
Who?
Charlena and Lori.
All we heard was the tail end of it, and unfortunately we really couldn't make out what they were saying.
So you don't know what they were arguing about?
No.
But whatever it was, both of them were absolutely out of their minds, livid.
And it would probably be a good idea to find out why.
Let me look into it. I'll talk to you later, okay?
You know where to find us.
True.
Back already?
Tino found one of John Gray's thermometers by the emergency brake handle and is getting ready to throw the book at him.
John Gray threw the emergency brake? Why would he do that?
Tino thinks it's because John's TV show is in danger of being canceled. But when I asked John, he told me his show was just picked up by a broadcast network.
I still say there's less to all this than meets the eye, if you get my drift.
I get your drift, Joe. I have lived with your drift for years. I am saddled with your drift.
All right, all right.
See you soon.
Sounds good.
Uh-oh, that doesn't look good.
Okay, all pipes are not connected, evidently. I don't know where the next slug is.
Engineer, this better be Miss Gerard.
Well, actually...
Forget it.
Is there anything here? No. I got a warning last time, so I definitely shouldn't touch that.
More questions?
What were you and Lori arguing about earlier today?
Lori and I? We weren't arguing. We were simply discussing a topic about which both of us are passionate, that's all.
Were you discussing her wanting to be a romance novelist?
No. And even if we were, that's really none of your business. I know that sounds harsh, but really, Nancy, eavesdropping is so tacky.
Actually, it was Frank and Joe Hardy who overheard you. They said I should talk to you before they gave me all the gory details, but since you obviously don't want to tell me your side of the story, I'll just have to get the scoop from them.
No, you don't have to do that. A storyline that Lori submitted to me found its way into my last book, despite the fact that she never received compensation for it. She's reading the book now, and when she got to that part, she freaked.
And that's what you were arguing about?
Yes. Now, legally, she can't prove anything, and I'm certainly not about to admit anything, and it's not as if she needs the money. But that's what we were arguing about. For what it's worth, I'm going to talk to this producer I know to see if he'll cast Lori in his next movie. It'll help ease my conscience, and who knows? She could wind up being a star. I mean, she is blonde.
Well, I'll let you go.
My publisher thanks
As
you.
if being blonde purports some sort of latent acting ability. After all, she is blonde. Why, yes, she is. What the hell?
What's that?
It's a ghost! A ghost! John Gray! I need your assistance! I have seen a ghost!
Hey, glad you stopped in. You gotta listen to this.
What have you got?
I put this digital recorder in the corner where Camille showed up in that picture and turned it on so it would just keep recording. Now when you play it back at normal volume, all you hear is background noise. But when you turn the volume way up and run the signal through a filter or two...
Oh, she's singing. She was dancing and now she's
Hear
singing.
that?
I hear something. It kind of sounds like a woman singing.
Not just any woman.
Camille.
So be careful what you say in here. She's listening.
I saw a bunch of weird glowing lights outside the window of the sleeping car.
Really? Actually, I'm not surprised.
Charlena said Jake Hurley used to see them too, only he attributed them to his dead wife, Camille.
They're probably some form of piezoelectricity. See, my guess is quartz crystals in the ground are being compressed as the train passes over them, and the resulting voltage, called piezoelectricity, is manifesting itself as glowing lights, probably because of some quirk in the train's shape or in the composition of the metals used in its construction. It was custom built, remember?
So it's a natural phenomenon, not a ghostly one?
Take it from me. Old Mother Nature was capable of some pretty scary stuff.
Well, I'll catch you later.
Pleasure talking to you.
Pleasure is all mine, dude. Oh, this thing. Eddie Eberhardt. I already have this. No, I didn't write it down. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I see it. Wait, was I going? Oh yeah, I was going to the end of the car.
Ah, I can't stay mad at a fellow detective. What do you need?
Hope I didn't take up too much of your time.
Anything for a fellow detective.
Anything for a fellow detective. Ooh-oh. That's me if I was a monkey. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, okay. The purple one is amethyst. Oh, this one is the one with the, doll with decorative red ribbon. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, could always try now. Centilli Hildegard has braids. Were they braids? Awful Ursula has red hair. Yawning Alice. Sickly Sarah has one blue eye, one green eye. Okay, this one's Sickly Sarah. Liza Sandberger has red ribbon. That one. Edna the Terrible. No clue.
Mama.
Mama. Maybe that's Yawning Alice. T. SC would be Sadie Crawford with the pink shoes. I don't see any of them with pink shoes. Maybe 2 left feet? Okay, what's next? AT? Do I have an AT? Actually, how about HA? Hager Anderson has suspenders. TO would be Thomasina O'Neill, blue ribbon. YA, Yawning Alice. NT. I have no clue. PE, maybe? Eddie Eberhardt? Okay, well, I got this wrong. Edna the Terrible. there's bugs. Okay, now I can do, what was it? Duck was 1, and square was 4. -4. Huh? Owl was 7, so why is it all the way back there? Huh. I need to make 4 again. Four. Damn. I need to do that again. Okay, we got 3. Got 4. Huh? What is this, broken? Supposed to be 1. Got 4 again. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Okay, I'm looking it up. Place 3 and 8 in the right bowl. Place 7 in the left bowl. Okay, that gives me 4. Place 1 and 2 in the right bowl. Now grab 3. That's so strange. Maybe this is like an error. Seven, 3 on the left. 1, 2. The 7 on the left. And 1, 2, 3 on the right. There's 7 on the left and 1, 2, 3 on the right. Got it!
There. With any luck, I just opened the stove in the dining car.
And then after that is, is that the bell? 12. Oh, now it's... No! Oh, I can even skip. That's interesting. Bell is 12. Is this the right way? Hope it is. Yeah, it is.
James Thurston.
James Thurston. Okay, let me write this name down. May 23rd, 1879. I hereby agree to pay James Thurston the sum of $9 a week, plus room and board, in return for his services as the engineer of my train. Jake Hurley.
Engineer, this better be Miss Gerard.
Well, actually...
Forget it.
In the letter Jake sent to his niece, Jake said that his engineer held a warm place in his heart, so he hid the guy's name on the stove. Funny guy, that Jake. He also said that when it came to placing the stones, did he mean gemstones? I'd have to ask his engineer, which could be a problem seeing as the guy's, like, dead. George said that the name of the company that made Camille's dancing shoes was Chaussettes Chatoyant, French for shimmering socks. The question now is, how does that help me give the dolls an order? John Gray said the weird lights I saw outside the train were caused by something called piezoelectricity. I'm not exactly sure whether that made me feel better or just dumber. Someone threw the emergency brake that's outside the rooms in the sleeping car. According to the engineer, the train could have derailed. Is someone trying to keep the train from getting to Copper Gorge? If so, why? When I found all the names of those towns Jake listed in his letter to Ruth, a string of letters is all that remained at the bottom of the puzzle. From what he told Ruth, it sounds like I'm going to need those letters to find a map showing the location of his mine. Guess I'll just have to keep my eyes peeled for something that requires 8 letters. The cars at the front of the train seem to have pipes running through them. They probably have something to do with that valve I found at the front of the dining car. It'll be interesting to see what happens if and when I connect all the pipes I find. The contraption that's in the car in front of the caboose must be the projector Jake mentioned in his letter to Ruth. But to get it to work, it looks like I'm going to need everything from mining equipment to gemstones.
I'm done with that. Finish that. Finish that. Check. Haven't done that yet. Check. Haven't done that yet. Still have to do that. Check. I'm done with that. Haven't done that yet.
Okay, and now I gotta talk to Frank and Joe.
Hey, how's it going?
I think I know the name of Jake Hurley's engineer. James Thurston.
Great! What else do you know about him?
Well, nothing.
Good.
Good.
Yeah, finding out more about him will give us something to do. We'll look into it.
See you soon.
You know where to find us.
Let's call Bess.
Hello?
Hi, Bess.
Hey, what's going on?
John Gray claims to have Camille's voice on tape.
Really? Did you hear it?
I heard a woman singing, but it was very faint.
You heard an actual ghost?
Bess, whatever I heard was barely audible. For all I know, it could have been a voice off the radio or something.
Did the real Camille like to sing?
According to Charlena, she did.
Well, there you go. You heard a ghost. Oh, Bess, you are so gullible. Open-minded. Gullible.
Charlena and Lori had this big, huge argument, and you'll never guess why.
Lori called Charlena a hack.
No.
Charlena called Lori an airhead.
No.
Bess, she doesn't really want you to guess, okay? Tell us, Nan.
Well, it seems that Lori sent Charlena a bunch of story ideas, one of which Charlena used in her latest book without telling or paying Lori.
Charlena stole something Lori wrote? That's incredible. No, the fact that Lori wrote something that Charlena thought was worth stealing. That's what's incredible.
It makes me think that Charlena is a lot more devious than she appears.
Yeah, better keep an eye on her, Nan.
How about a hint?
You bet.
I still don't have all the gemstones I need. Help.
If you head into the dining car, you'll probably see the light. As long as things are looking up, you will.
Excellent. You guys are great.
We know.
See ya.
Oh, wait. Oh! I got another gemstone. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, will they tell me where the other ones are? Let's call again.
Hello?
Hi, Bess.
Hey, what's going on?
How about a hint?
You bet.
I still don't have all the gemstones I need. Help.
The good news is, one is in Jake's car, right by Tino. The bad news is, one is in Jake's car, right by Tino.
Excellent. You guys are great.
We know.
See ya.
The next one it wants me to get is the one next to Tino.
Back already?
See you later.
You know where to find us.
More questions?
I should get going.
All right, then.
What's up?
I won't keep you any longer.
Take care.
Round. Okay, let's talk to Tony.
What's going on?
You've been a big help.
Don't mention it.
One, 2, 3, 4. I need 2 more. This one and another one. Leaping lizard. I'd like to try this.
Before you say anything, I just want to say thank you.
For what?
Tino came to see me. He said you'd made him realize what a jerk he'd been for dumping me, and then he asked me out. Isn't that great? He said he doesn't care what anybody else thinks. He thinks we make the perfect couple.
Well, I can't argue with him there.
So what do you want?
I'll come back later.
Keep me posted.
Keep you posted. Okay, now this bell. Wait, was it 12 instead? Yeah, 12. Okay, negative 12 and positive 12 are doing nothing for me.
That looks just like the stuff John Gray has his thermometers packed
Ah,
in.
so he sold the thermometer.
What's going on?
You're the one who pulled that emergency brake, aren't you?
Me? What, are you joking?
Care to explain how packing material from the box those thermometers were in wound up on the floor over there?
You're just some teenage nobody. I don't have to listen to this.
You're right, you don't. Neither do the other passengers. But unless you give me a good reason not to, I think I'll tell them anyway.
Look, maybe I was a little hasty, pointing a finger at the ghost guy like that. Maybe all those lies people have been spreading are starting to get to me. Maybe I thought it would help if I got a little positive press by solving a crime aboard a haunted train. Maybe I apologize. And, maybe you can see fit not to let any of this go beyond this room?
Well, no harm done, I guess.
Great. Well, what else can I do for you?
Thanks for your help.
Helping people is what I'm all about.
figure out what I do next.
Hello?
Hi, Bess.
Hey, what's going on?
Get this. It turns out that Tino Balducci pulled the emergency brake.
Balducci did it?
He framed John Gray so he could arrest him and get some positive press for himself. I think it finally dawned on him that he's not the great detective everyone thinks he is, and probably never will be.
How pathetic can you get? Cute and pathetic. Just my type.
How about a
Bess.
hint?
You bet.
There's a panel in the sleeping car that I'd like to open, but it's got a 4-digit tumbler lock on it. How can I get it open?
Maybe those 4 digits on the lock have something to do with the 4 words that Jake said Camille had taken with her to her grave. But even after you figure out what they are, you're still going to have to translate them into numbers somehow. That sampler hanging in Camille's car translates images into numbers. So maybe what you need to find is something that translates words into images. Know what I'd do if I were you? I'd go to Camille's car and sample some reading material.
Excellent. You guys are great.
We know.
See ya!
The biggest mystery of them all is how Nancy's phone battery hasn't died already.
What's up?
Thanks for the chat.
Take
Thanks
care.
for the chat.
Nancy? Nancy? Nancy?
Come on.
Nancy?
Okay, fine. Wait, this is 2 puzzles. I had to do this one first, and then I had to do this one second. Let me go talk to Charlene and freaking Joe Hardy again.
More questions?
I should get going.
Remember, if it's juicy, I want to know about it.
Hey, how's it going?
Were you able to find anything out about Jake's engineer, that James Thurston guy?
Good news and bad news. The good news is he had a wife in Copper Gorge, so he may have had children.
The bad news is our internet service provider stopped providing before we could use our cell phones to find out anything else.
That's okay. We can do more checking when we get to Copper Gorge.
Right.
Copper Gorge, here we are. I didn't expect that. I thought we'd be on the train the entire time.
Hey there! Welcome to Buell's Old Time Taffy House. Come on over here. Welcome, stranger. Listen, You by any chance get here on that private train what's parked out yonder?
As a matter of fact, yes, I did.
There's a rumor going around that Charlena Purcell's on board. Is that true?
As a matter of fact, yes, it is.
Hot dang if that don't beat all. I've read every single book that gal's ever written. Best writer whatever lived. Did she get off the train too?
I don't think so. She's pretty busy.
Charlena Purcell herself right here in Copper Gorge, breathing the same air as me. Hot dang! Well, welcome, little missy. Go on in and take a gander at what life was like during the heyday of Copper Gorge whilst you sample some of our delicious homemade saltwater taffy.
Sample? As in free sample?
Some taffy on a stick will cost you 2 tokens, which you can get by winning both those games over there.
How much does it cost to play them?
Well, ain't you the little penny pincher? Fact of the matter is they're free. Unless you go messing with the artifacts I got in here. Do that and you'll be headfirst in the nearest snowdrift before you know what hit you.
Are you Buell?
Do I sound like a Buell to you?
Sorry, the costume kinda, threw me off.
Oh, right. Sometimes I forget I'm wearing this thing. Buell was my great-great-uncle. This building used to be his general store. During the glory days back in the 1880s, he commenced a pawnbrokering, so the miners Copper Gorge was crawling with back then could raise some cash to pay for grub and tools and such. But pretty soon, the mining boom went bust, and there was Uncle Buell, stuck with a whole store full of junk. Only it wasn't junk to him. Debris from lost lives and broken dreams, what he called it. Couldn't bring himself to get rid of it, so he passed it on to his kin. My great-granddaddy's the one who come up with the idea of turning the place into a tourist attraction.
Do you by any chance have any of Jake Hurley's things in here?
Jake who?
Hurley. He was a miner. I think he may have left a lamp and a pickaxe with your great-great-uncle.
Never heard of him. Of course, that don't mean his stuff's not here. Just means you're just gonna have to look around and see for yourself. But remember, Susie Q, don't touch.
Pleasure talking to you.
Ditto, little missy.
Ditto. A great Pokemon. Looks really silly when it turns into other Pokemon.
Looks like to get some taffy on a stick, I'm going to need 2 different tokens.
Have I had saltwater taffy before? I think I may have at one point. A couple of years ago, maybe? What is this, pachinko? Yes, it is pachinko.
Neener, neener, neener.
I gotta try again. Damn it.
Neener, neener, neener.
Try it again. No choice but to try it again. start. I guess I'll say that blue will succeed. No!
Phooey.
Okay, let's try blue again. Yellow again?
And I lose.
This time it's green. Nope, red.
And I lose.
Okay, let's try blue again.
Rats.
Rat. It'll eventually be blue.
And I lose.
I swear to God, if it's blue this time, I'm gonna be pissed at myself. Ah! Got a coin!
This looks just like the insignia I saw on the train. I'll bet this was Jake's trunk. If this was his trunk, maybe the pickaxe and lamp that I need are inside.
You still here?
Do you know what's in that old trunk over there?
Why? You ain't been fooling with it, have you?
Oh no, of course not. No, I just thought it might contain the lamp and pickaxe that I asked you about before.
Well, if it does, you can forget about him, 'cause it's locked. None of my kin have ever been able to figure out how to open it. Not even my cousin Alvin, and he went to junior college.
Would it be okay if I tried to open it?
Well, now, I certainly ain't gonna let you break it open if that's what you're getting at.
Oh no, I would never use force, believe me. But in order to try to get it open, I would have to, touch it.
Nope, sorry, not gonna happen, little missy. Unless...
Unless?
Tell you what, you get Charlene Purcell to come in here so's I can shake her hand, and I'll let you fiddle with that trunk till the cows come home.
But Charlena is very busy. What if she won't come?
Then I guess you'll just be out of luck.
No, actually, you will be.
Now, how do you figure that?
Well, if you were to just meet her, you'd have nothing to show for it. Afterwards, she'd go her way and you go yours, and that would be it. But if you were to, say, get her autograph, well, then you'd have something to hang on the wall and brag about.
Okay, make it so's I can meet her and get her autograph.
Oh, but the thing is, she's on a deadline, and if you take her away from her writing, she may fall behind. And if she falls behind, her publisher may pull the plug. And if her publisher pulls the plug, it could ruin her career. Do you really want to risk ruining Charlena Purcell's career?
Good heavens, of course not. All right, you just get me Charlena's autograph, and you got a deal. Just make sure she uses my name. I want it real personal-like.
You bet. And your name is?
Fatima, with an F. None of that weirdo PH stuff.
Okay, Fatima. I'll be right back.
Fatima! I wrote it down.
Yes,
You startled me. Do you work here?
I do. Are you looking for someone?
Yes, Camille Hurley. She died back in the 1800s.
Ah, Camille. Beautiful crypt, wonderful view, good drainage. Whoever buried her must have loved her very much.
May I go inside it?
You may, but unfortunately you can't.
Why not?
I accidentally dropped the key down the grate that's in front of the crypt. If you can retrieve it, you can keep it. I'm having another one made. But if you do go into the crypt, just remember, you won't be alone.
Okay.
Well, there's the key. I need something long and sticky. I just need to find something that key will stick
Okay,
to.
I'll need some taffy then. Ad starts in 1 minute.
Got Charlena's autograph for me yet?
Still working on it.
Well, you just better work a little harder. I ain't getting any younger, you know.
Autograph. I forgot that I wanted to get some taffy.
Taffy on a stick. Hey, maybe I could use this to fish the crypt key out from under that grate. Gotcha.
Zinc, nickel, iron, silver, gold, nickel, copper.
CU.
I'm gonna need to,
This indentation looks familiar.
copper.
I need to match that shape.
Copper is CU. Oh, okay. Green, red, purple, yellow, orange, blue. Green, red, purple, yellow, orange, blue. Got another gemstone. Is that all that's in here?
In the letter he wrote to his niece, Jake said she should go to Camille's grave and let Camille's goodness rub off on her. Rub as in rubbing, maybe? If I am supposed to make rubbings of these pillars, I'll need a pencil, which I already have, and some nice thin paper. I need something that'll help me make sense out of all those lines.
them boys is gone.
More questions?
I met a huge fan of yours in town who'd really, really like your autograph. An autographed picture would be even better.
Imagine that. Me having fans way out here in the boonies. Well, I'm sure I have a picture around here somewhere. But what I don't have is a pen. Usually I just ask my assistant for one.
I have a pencil here somewhere.
A pencil won't do, dear. It has to be ink. See if you can borrow a pen from somebody.
Wow, that was easy.
What's up?
I really, really need a pen. Could I borrow one from you?
Sorry.
Well, I'll catch you later.
Take care.
Who do I get a pen from? Who do I bother for a pen? Thank you for the lurk, Jazz.
What's going on?
Do you by any chance have a pen I could borrow?
Why, I'm surprised at you. Don't you know that every detective should carry a pen?
Actually, I carry a pencil.
Well, as it happens, I got lots of pens. Tell you what, if you can play that Leaping Lizards game I found over there and do better than I did when I played it, which shouldn't be that hard seeing as how smart you are, I'll give you a pen. What do you say?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, the object of the game is to get rid of as many lizards as you can by jumping them with other lizards until you can't jump anymore. Last time I played, I wound up with just 5 lizards. If you can wind up with only 4, the pen's yours.
Okay.
You lost. Guess you're not so smart after all. Try again.
Oh, yeah.
Well, sure.
Hopefully I'm not just retracing my steps.
You lost again. One more time.
Well, sure.
I didn't retrace my steps because I lost. Damn.
You lost again. One more time.
Well, sure.
You lost again. One more time?
Well, sure.
At least I'm getting unique combinations.
You lost again. One more time?
Well, sure.
Try this again.
I did it! I won!
Talk about luck. Here's your pen. What else can I do for you?
You've been a big help.
Not a problem.
Not a problem.
Yes?
I'll come back later.
I'll be waiting.
I need some paper. Buell was Fatima's great-great-uncle. She's quite a character. She wears his miner's costume and welcomes people to Buell's old-time taffy house. When we get to Copper Gorge, I'll be able to see if Jake's engineer left any descendants behind, and look for that lamp and pickaxe I need, and snoop around Camille's grave. I'm not real thrilled about that last part. Frank and Joe said that Jake's engineer had a wife that lived in Copper Gorge. Hopefully they had children, and at least one of them is still around. Otherwise, I won't be able to run Jake's projector thing. Some of the material that John Gray packed his thermometers and somehow ended up on the floor near Tino, which makes me wonder if... Have I been calling him Tony instead of Tino? I think I have. Wonder if Tino's telling the truth about where that thermometer he says he found really came from.
Check. Haven't done that yet.
The pattern of colors labeled PB that's in Camille's script must be good for something. Figure out what.
Can't check that off yet.
Find some paper that I can use to make a rubbing of the scribblings in Camille's crypt.
Check. Check. Can't check that off. Finish that. Check. I'm done with that. Can't check that off yet. I'm done with that. Finish that. Finish that. Finish that. Finish that. I'm done with that. Finish that. I'm done with that. Check. Finish that. Check. Can't check that off yet. Can't check that off. Still have to do that. Still have to do that. Can't check that off yet.
Wrong way.
Sup?
Thanks for the chat.
Come back anytime.
Have you found a pen so I can autograph that picture?
I got it from Tino. You can keep it. If you could have it say, to Fatima, that'd be great.
There you go. Anything else?
I should get going.
Remember, if it's juicy, I want to know about it.
Engineer, this better be Miss Gerard.
Well, actually...
Forget it.
Hey, Nancy.
There you are. We've been looking for you.
Yeah, you won't believe the lucky break we caught.
Lucky break? Hey, that was the result of good old-fashioned detective work.
It was the result of your insisting we stop for a cheeseburger.
Guys, what's going on?
Well, it turns out that a grandchild of Jake's engineer still lives around here.
What's more, he hangs out at the local diner. Comes in every day.
Apparently, he's pretty ancient.
Did you talk to him?
Not yet. The thing is, the owner of the diner wouldn't agree to point the guy out unless one of us fills in for his short-order cook.
He's got to go home and wait for the cable guy or something.
And since Joe here barely knows how to boil water, guess who got the job?
Way to go, Frank.
Oh, and get this. Balducci convinced Lori that Jake's mine is somewhere right here in Copper Gorge, so he, Lori, and John Gray are hiking up the mountain out there even as we speak.
Like that bumblebrain's gonna find anything.
Sounds like now might be a good time to do some serious poking around on the train.
Good thought.
Hey, I better get going. Wish me luck.
I'll go with you. You can make me a cheeseburger.
Got that autograph?
Got something better, an autographed picture.
Hot dang! She spelled my name right and everything. Go ahead, little missy. Have a go at that trunk. Whatever's inside it's all yours. Welcome back.
Pleasure talking to you.
Ditto, little missy.
This indentation looks familiar.
Okay.
What fits here? Something tells me I better not go in there without permission.
There we go. You still here?
It was fun talking to you.
I'll bet it was. You still here?
Great talking to you.
Be right here if you got any questions.
Around. He's gone! Oh, I can play the piano now. Okay. E, C, E, F, G. F, E, D, A, C, E, E, C, F, E, C, C.
A spyglass. I'll bet it's the one I need for Jake's projector.
Great! Do I have all of the gemstones now? What is PB? PB is lead. What did they say about lead? Lead. Left pickaxe and lamp with beal for safekeeping. To open what's closed, lead is the key. $82. Lead, okay. PB.
PB.
Okay, now this one is red, green, blue, orange, yellow, purple. Red, green, blue, orange, yellow, purple. Red, green, blue, Orange. Yellow. Purple.
Well, here's Jake's lamp. Another slug. Could come in handy. But where's his pickaxe?
Probably somewhere on the train. Wait, I never did, I should probably talk to this person again, Fatima.
Welcome back.
Have you by any chance ever come across a pickaxe that had the initials JH carved into it?
Why?
Because it used to belong to Jake Hurley, and I really, really need it. I thought it would be in that old trunk, but it wasn't.
You got that trunk open? Wait till I tell Cousin Alvin. He thinks he's so smart. As for that pickaxe, so happens I got it upstairs in my kitchen. Use it to open the coconuts Aunt Lucy sends me every year from Hawaii.
Do you think I could have it?
Why, no, you can't have it. How would I open them coconuts?
Hey, I could have just gotten you Charlena's autograph, but instead I got you an autographed picture, which is way better. You owe me.
Oh, okay. I'll let you have the pickaxe. After you do something for me.
Sure.
I got a bunch of taffy over there what needs sorting. Just follow the directions that are posted by the machine. Them belts get moving pretty fast, so you gotta keep your wits about you. While you're doing that, I'll fetch that pickaxe.
You got a deal. Wax paper for the taffy. Would you mind if I took a piece of wax paper?
Guess I could let you have a piece.
Banana, mango, strawberry, apple, blueberry, grape, rejects. Reject. Strawberry, blueberry, banana, reject, banana, mango, blueberry, 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 reject, banana, apple, reject, mango, strawberry, apple, strawberry, mango, grape, banana, grape, mango, mango, grape.
Yes, indeedy.
I did it.
Got that taffy sorted?
Finally. That was hard.
You sneak any freebies while you were at it?
Oh no, I would never do that.
Well, ain't you the goody two-shoes? Truth is, wouldn't have minded too much if you had, long as you fessed up to it. Here's the pickaxe. Cracked the handle pretty bad on the last batch of coconuts. You sure you want it?
Positive.
There you go. Don't hurt yourself.
I won't. Thank you. Hello?
Hey, it's Frank. I'm in the kitchen of the diner playing short order cook.
Has that grandchild of Jake's engineer showed up yet?
Just came in with this lady who's even older than he is. And get this, he's a retired miner, so every time I finish an order and ring the pickup bell, he thinks it's the mine shaft elevator bell. And for some reason it makes him start telling his lady friend about his grandfather.
You mean you ring the bell and he starts talking about James Thurston?
Exactly. Of course, 5 seconds later, he's rambling on about something totally unrelated, but I just fill an order, ring the bell, and ding, he picks up right where he left off. That is, unless I fill the order wrong and the waitress chews me out. She's got a voice like a chainsaw. Very distracting.
Sounds like you better keep your ears open and your nose to the grindstone.
I am. Just wanted to keep you posted.
Well, good luck.
Thanks. Talk to you soon.
Volcano burger. Onions, jalapenos. Those are pickles. Jalapenos. Hot mustard. Bacon. Bacon. Those are tomatoes. Bacon. Cheese.
So do you know what you want to order yet, Edna?
I'm still looking.
Did I tell you that my granddaddy was the engineer on a private train owned by one of the richest men that ever passed through Copper Gorge? Jake Hurley was his name. Yes, sir, my granddaddy was Jake's private engineer for more than 25 years. Told my daddy that men don't come any crazier than Jake Hurley, or any nicer. Treated my granddaddy real well, and told him stuff. Real important stuff. Stuff he made my granddaddy swear to never ever forget. Stuff that my granddaddy told my daddy, and that my daddy told me. Why don't you get the egg salad, Edna? Eggs are back to being good for you, you know. Seems like just last year all those scientific types were saying your arteries would clog up if you so much as looked at an egg. But nowadays, well, all of a sudden eggs are chock full of vitamins and proteins, and eating them's not only okay, it's what they recommend. They should either make up their minds or keep their mouths shut. Make eating more pleasant, that's for sure.
Classic burger. Lettuce, tomato, pickles. Mayo, ketchup.
Yes, sir, Jake Hurley told my granddaddy things he never told another living soul. Not even his wife. I tell you about her, Edna?
I don't think so.
Camille was her name. Camille Boulet. That's French, you know. Of course, she died so young that poor Jake didn't have time to tell her anything. According to my granddaddy, one summer day she had a dizzy spell and fell and hit her head. She didn't take well to the heat, see? And sometimes in the summer, when they were going through the desert, why, that train'd be just like an oven. Anyway, Granddad said she got right up afterwards and seemed okay. But a couple hours later, Jake found her in her room, dead as a doornail. Now there's another expression that kinda makes you wonder. Dead as a doornail. How can something be dead if it was never alive to begin with? And why a doornail? Why not something else that begins with a D? Like dish rag or dust mop. Dead as a dust mop. That's kinda got a ring to it, don't you think?
Hayashi burger. Avocado. Tomato. Fruit jelly. Pineapple? Cheese and mayo. Why, isn't this not just the most pregnant?
The way my granddaddy died, that was kind of strange too. I ever tell you how my granddaddy died?
No, I don't think you did.
My daddy, he came home from school one day to find a railroad official telling his mom that Granddad been found dead in Blue Moon Canyon, Nevada. He was in the engine of Jake Hurley's train, just kind of slumped over with his hand still on the throttle. The strange thing is, nobody else was on board the train, yet the door to the engine was locked and barred. It was like Granddad was trying to keep someone out, like he was running from something, like something finally scared him so bad his heart just stopped. Of course, he was in his 60s at the time, and back then that was old. Doesn't seem so old now, does it, Edna? Here I am, pushing 93 and still spry as a spring chicken. Spring chicken! Now where do you suppose that expression came from? Why not spring goose or summer chicken? Ah, life's just one puzzlement after another, isn't it, Edna?
Colossal burger. Everything minus the peas. lettuce, tomato, onion, cheese, mustard, tomato, mayo, hot mustard, avocado, grape jelly, jalapenos, bacon.
I ever tell you about the mine my granddaddy said Jake Hurley'd found?
He found a mine?
A couple years
He
before he
found a
died,
mine?
Granddad told my daddy that Jake found a vein in the mountains somewhere and was mining it all by himself, so no one would steal it out from under him. He wouldn't even tell Granddad where the mine was. What he'd do is have Granddad drive the train real slow so he could jump off without Granddad seeing him. Then Granddad would pick him up at a prearranged spot a few days later. Oh, they didn't call him Crazy Jake Hurley for nothing. Speaking of crazy, you see how much Abner's charging for a haircut at that shop of his now? $20! But what's even crazier is people are actually paying him that. I told him the only way I'd pay him $20 would be if I came in with hair down to my knees. He just laughed and said I was a crazy one. $20 for a haircut? What is this world coming to?
Chef's choice. Here you go.
But the craziest thing Jake Hurley ever did was tell Granddad the secret to finding his mine. He made him swear to tell it to my daddy and nobody else. Eventually, my daddy, he told me, and it was so bizarre that I remember it to this day, though I sure don't understand how it'd help anybody find his mine. But since my daddy didn't tell me not to tell anybody, this is what Crazy Jake Hurley told Granddad, word for word. The eye of the tiger is fixed on a star. Zircon lies in fingers that scar. Amethyst floats in a hand from the deep. Citrine is what the foul mouth shall keep. Tourmaline by a soft arm is ensnared. Peridot rests at the foot of the mare.
The eye of the tiger is fixed on a star. Zircon lies in fingers that scar. Amethyst floats in a hand from the deep. Citrine is what the foul mouth shall keep. Tourmaline by a soft arm is ensnared. Peridot rests at the foot of the mare?
Frank, are you sure that's what he said?
I'm positive.
Are you sure that's all he said?
Look, this guy was old, okay? I mean, we're talking Jurassic. And guys that old don't joke around. They don't have time to. What you just heard is what I heard, word for word.
Got anything else?
I almost forgot. You gotta check this out.
It's just an old letter, Frank.
You bet it's an old letter. From Samuel Clemens.
Oh my gosh, where'd you get this?
I found it in the caboose.
Apparently he and Jake were pen pals.
Wish I had a famous writer for a pen pal.
When Joe gave it to me, I about flipped. I know I should turn it over to Lori, and I will, but it's just so darn cool.
I still don't see what the big deal is. I mean, it's not like it's from Mark Twain or anything. What?
Talk to you later.
You
We're
better.
both in disbelief. They don't even say anything after that.
Engineer, this better be Miss Gerard.
Well, actually...
Forget it.
Hello?
Hi, Bess.
Hey, Nance. Listen, I'm dying to know. What's it like to finally work with Frank and Joe Hardy? Oh, Bess, you're incorrigible. Hey, if you don't want to hear, just go over there and don't listen. She's listening. So what's it like?
Well, Frank is serious and methodical, while Joe is kind of happy-go-lucky and impulsive.
They're not trying to boss you around and be all manly all the time?
No, not at all. They're great.
George has a thing for Frank. Well, you like Joe. But the real question here is, which one does Nancy like? Ooh, yeah. Which one do you like?
Neither. I like Ned, remember?
Oh, yeah. Ned. Good old dependable Ned.
You think he's boring, don't you, Bess?
You think I think he's boring? Hey, I think what you think is much more important than what I think. Translation? She thinks he's boring.
I went inside the crypt where Jake buried his wife, Camille.
Was she still there?
As far as I know.
Did you see her?
No, she was kind enough to stay in her coffin.
Was it like totally gross and creepy in there?
No, it was very peaceful. Almost pleasant.
Any idea how she died?
Frank told me that he overheard the grandson of Jake's engineer say she died after she fell and hit her head.
Did she fall? Or did Jake, give her a little push?
The guy who takes care of the cemetery says he can tell from the way he buried her that Jake must have loved Camille a lot.
Ah, but did he love her? Or did he just have a guilty conscience? That's the question.
How about a hint?
You bet.
What can you tell me about those pillars with all the squiggly lines on them that are in Camille's crypt?
Remember how in his letter Jake told his niece that if she went to Camille's grave, maybe some of Camille's goodness would rub off on her? Well, maybe he meant rub, as in rubbings. So hold a thin piece of paper against each pillar, rub it with your pencil, and see what shows up.
Excellent. You guys are great.
We know.
See ya!
Hello?
Hi, Bess.
Hey, what's going on?
How about a hint?
You bet.
I think I have the lamp, the spyglass, the pickaxe, the map, and all the gemstones that were listed on the diagram I found. Now what do I do?
Now you put them where the diagram says they're supposed to go. It looks like the pickaxe serves as some kind of lever, so when it's in place, give it a pull and see what happens.
You guys are geniuses.
Tell that to my chemistry teacher.
I'll keep you posted. Bye. I need something that'll help me make sense out of all those lines.
Wisdom? Charity? Purity? Eternity.
Wisdom, charity, purity, eternity.
What do I do with that? I didn't mean to do that. But, like, since I'm already here...
This is where Jake's pickaxe goes. Oh no! What I need is some duct tape. Still broken.
Some duct tape? Where'd I get duct tape from? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 gemstones now.
If I had a lamp, this is where I'd put it. Okay, looks like that goes there. Jake said a spyglass goes here. There, it should work now.
Damn. I really am gonna have to figure out where to put them. Here. Thought you were out, Lori.
Yes?
Do you know if there's any duct tape around here?
Duct tape? Duct tape. Nope, afraid not. Sorry.
I hear Tino took you and John on a trek to Jake's mine.
Jake's mine, my eye. We went tramping through the snow, lugging all this equipment John insisted on bringing, and where do we end up? At this teeny tiny, half-rotten, tumble-down outhouse.
He led you to an outhouse?
Well, he said it was the opening to a mine shaft, but then John said if it was, shouldn't the hole be going into the mountain instead of just down? So they stood there arguing until Tino finally grabbed a shovel, went inside, and started digging. What he found was definitely not gold.
What did John say?
He called Tino a moron, and a whole lot of other things I'd rather not repeat.
Bye.
As soon as you figure it out, let me know.
I think I'll finish this not tomorrow. Would it be, I think Saturday. I finished this on Saturday. Save. Making sure that the game's there? Yep. Well, I'll be back on Friday to play Yakuza Like a Dragon. Bye bye for now!